ABC7 News at 11. A mother of two recovering in the ICU after a fireworks accident on the 4th of July. What her loved ones say was the cause of the scary accident.
Plus, new developments tonight about the teenager who was shot and killed inside his very own home over the weekend.
But first at 11 tonight in Sarasota County, mosquito management is continuing their fight against malaria now that Sarasota has a total of 6 cases. Today, the county provided the very latest on where those efforts stand. Good evening. I'm Brissa Bradfield.
I'm Rick Adams. Mosquito management saying they are targeting mosquito habitats like pools of water hosting larvae. We are learning exactly which areas they are now concentrating on.
We're still maintaining where these cases are in the same central area of the disease concern area of northern Sarasota. That's DeSoto Acres and also Kensington Park. It still remains to be in that area, which is very good news.
Wade Brennan, the manager of Sarasota County Mosquito Management, saying they have found 3 mosquitoes with the malaria parasite from that area. He also says they are dealing with just 2 specific mosquitoes that can transmit malaria, saying those species prefer what he calls old water.
Where you have old vegetation on the sides, that's our target we're looking for. Ponds, detention ponds, canals, woodlots that turned into swamps over the years. These are our hot spots that our staff have been targeting.
Brennan says so far the county has sprayed more than 470 miles by truck and over 36,000 acres in the concentrated area. They have also ramped up foot crews, and he says the last time they had a positive mosquito was in early June. And we also know that Sarasota County mosquito management staff will be doing a larvicide spray mission between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's happening at Miss Sarasota softball fields off Gun Club Road.
All right, we'll turn it now to a check of that forecast, bringing in meteorologist Leslie Lacey tonight.
You know what? We got a little bit of relief with some rain that came through, and you know what happens when you have rain? It starts to fill up the bird baths a little bit where mosquitoes can breed. So you want to make sure that you empty them out, spray them out with some fresh water every day. That'll help your mosquito problems at your house as well, or in your yard. Right now, the winds are out of the southeast. They're at 6 miles per hour. The dew point is at 75, but look at the feels like temperature now. And the air temperature. Now, there was about a 10 to 12 difference not that long ago before the rains came in. So we had a little bit of rain, help cool things down out there. So air temperature 78, feels like right now is 81. So that's actually pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in here. Over the last 5 hours, we did have some rain really come through. A lot of lightning, as you just saw up there, and that was right around that 7 o'clock time period. But now we're nice and dry. Again, there it is. Whew, it was a lot. We had at one point about 800 strikes just up in that sort of Parish Ruskin area. So we look now, we're very dry, and that's going to continue throughout the most of the overnight time period. Now, we do have a heat advisory to the southeast of us. Today, we had a heat advisory, but it actually was lifted at 6 p.m. We may have it again tomorrow, but still under 1 until Wednesday evening are our friends to the southeast and on the west coast here, even as far down as Miami. Cedar Cove Resort looking pretty good, much different than it was several hours ago when the big storms came through. As we look at our tropical situation, we are following a disturbance. There is a 10% chance of this developing into a cyclone in the next 2 days, 40% chance of formation in 7 days, but it's not going to affect us. It's going to continue to move southeast and then northward. Back to you, Rick.
All right, Leslie, thanks for that update. Right now, a woman remains in the ICU over at Sarasota Memorial Hospital after a fireworks accident on the 4th of July. 32-year-old Brittany Spangler was on a boat when she was hit in the back of her head with a firework. Her family saying she has a pulmonary embolism and a long road ahead to recovery.
And it's still unclear tonight exactly how long she'll remain in the ICU and when she'll be released from the hospital. But this all happened on a boat just off the coast of Venice Beach. Her family says others on the boat were lighting off fireworks and not following certain instructions. The Venice Police Department, Marine Patrol, and Venice Fireboat Rescue responded and airlifted her as a trauma alert. And ABC7's Michaela Redmond sat down with her sister and her best friend, who say their biggest priority right now is getting Brittany back home to her children.
Inside of Sarasota Memorial Hospital, Brittany Spangler continues fighting for her life, all because of fireworks being lit off of a boat. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is the last place many people think of ending their 4th of July. For Brittany Spangler, a mother of 2 boys, that's exactly what happened. Jade Niemczyk, one of Brittany's best friends, says they were all enjoying the holiday at Venice Beach.
After myself and her other best friend left for the day, she decided to kind of hang back and just wanted to enjoy the day with, her friends and such.
Brittany then heading out on a boat where things took a turn for the worse. Other people on that boat started shooting off fireworks, one of them hitting Brittany in the back of the head. Her sister Ashley believes it was a careless mistake.
The directions of the firework, which are supposed to be put on the ground, were not followed, and instead they were being held off the side of a boat very close to the proximity of Brittany. It could have 100% been avoided.
Niemczyk says Brittany was flown to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, where she remains in the ICU with a pulmonary embolism. Ashley says Brittany is a fighter, and the biggest priority is getting her home to her boys.
We've kept it to the very minimum on what we tell them, just that mommy's resting so she can get better, but I know that they're very worried about her, and I know they really miss her, and she has voiced that she really misses her kids as well. So I know it's been very hard.
While Brittany's not out of the woods yet, Niemczyk says the outcome could have been very different. For now, her family and friends are staying strong, continuing to visit her every day at SMH. Ashley tells me she's not sure when Brittany will move out of the ICU. It will be a long road to recovery. Doctors tell Ashley it could be 6 weeks before she heads back to work. Reporting in Sarasota, Michaela Redmond, ABC7, your local station.
And Michaela also says Brittany's family and her friends hope her story encourages more people to be more responsible and follow instructions. The Venice Police Department is now investigating the incident. Well, meantime, we have new developments tonight surrounding a deadly shooting in a mobile home park in Bradenton. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office reporting an 18-year-old was found dead inside of his home Sunday morning, hours after a deadly shootout.
And this is the second deadly shooting in that area in less than a month. Picktown Estates is the mobile home community we are talking about. The shooting over the weekend happening in that 900 block of 50th Avenue Plaza West. ABC7's Brigham Harris brings us the latest.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office had much to say about the 18-year-old who was shot and killed in his own home in Bradenton on Sunday morning. One thing in particular, saying that the 18-year-old was prepared for a shooter.
Especially around Bradenton, Florida, you never really know what's going to happen.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office now investigating the shooting on Saturday night in Bradenton that left an 18-year-old dead in his own home. It says the body of Nicholas Dickinson was found in his mobile home on the 900 block of 50th Avenue Plaza West around 9:30 Sunday morning, several hours after neighbors heard gunshots ring out.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like normal. It's normal
for our generation.
Cherish and Carissa, both around the same age as Dickinson, knew him and say he was a good kid.
He wasn't like a really violent person.
He wasn't at all.
He was really funny. Anything he said would make you laugh.
He was goofy.
In fact, every neighbor who knew him say there was no obvious explanation for the murder, saying there's no clear motive for why someone did this.
We don't know if it was a drive-by shooting. We know that he was more than likely aware that they were coming to visit him. Why? We don't know. Our detectives have a lot to still try to figure out.
Cherish and Carissa both say they've seen violence, but say the proximity of the crime is jarring and gives them more reason to be careful in these streets.
Life is life. I mean, everybody dies, but like it's still crazy. Like it happened so close to us. It's just like
Right on the other street.
like really
Like right there.
In Bradenton, Brigham Harris, ABC7, your local station.
All right, coming up on ABC7 News at 11 o'clock, taxpayers are sending hundreds of thousands of dollars to support African American heritage museums all across the state. We will explain what that money will be used for. That's coming up next.
Plus, 11 dedicated volunteers abruptly fired from their position at Manatee County Animal Welfare in Palmetto. The reason? That's next.
If you live in Sarasota or Manatee County and you're getting your news from Tampa, St. Pete, you're missing out. You're missing ABC7 First Alert weather forecasts focused on your neighborhoods in Venice and Lakewood Ranch. You're missing alerts when traffic backs up at 41 and Cortez. You're missing breaking news that affects your life here on Suncoast. You're missing local. Make the local choice. News focused on where you live. Choose ABC7, your local station.
Some people go to the ends of the earth to find adventure. You just have to travel to the end of the road. Because here in Key West, we're the launching point for a world of breathtaking action and excitement. From deep sea quests and shallow water pursuits, to living history lessons and journeys on the bounding main. Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
Tomorrow, GMA's live from. Go on, tell them, Robin and Lara.
GMA is taking center court.
Wimbledon, here we come.
And you know, we love ourselves some tennis. Only on.
Good morning, Wimbledon.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You got that?
When someone is diagnosed with cancer, they need support. Subaru and our retailers are there to help by providing blankets for comfort and warmth and encouraging messages of hope to help support nearly 300,000 patients facing cancer nationwide. We call it the Subaru Love Promise, and we're proud to be the largest automotive donor to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Subaru, more than a car company.
You've got so many sights to take in this summer, and the McDonald's app is here for them all. Order ahead on the app, save time, and get back to summer fun. Right now, order in the McDonald's app and get 30% off. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I drove to the store to get formula, and I was rear-ended.
Go to hell.
I was in a crosswalk in my golf cart and got hit by a truck. I dislocated my shoulder and I missed my tee time.
Go to hell.
I can't work since I slipped, fell, and broke my leg while getting my groceries.
Go to hell. Did you know you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do we. Nobody else fights like Hale. Hale Law Accident Attorneys. Go to hell.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking around. Here in Florida, the African American Heritage Preservation is getting a big boost of taxpayer money. The Florida African Heritage Preservation Network is getting $800,000 from the state of Florida.
And historians tell our ABC7 Capitol Bureau reporter Cody Butler this money will make a big difference.
Historians say this money in the state budget will help museums like the Riley House here in Tallahassee help preserve African-American history across the state.
A lot of the African-American history, black history, is in the reservoir of the people who lived it, the population that created it, which are blacks and African-Americans.
The museums in the Florida African Heritage Preservation Network will split the $800,000 in this year's state budget. Althemis Barnes created the network after founding the Riley House in Tallahassee. She says the network has been getting state money over the years, but this year's investment is the most it's ever received. The museums will split the money to pay for new exhibits and provide every museum with an intern. Barnes says this state money is key.
And now their value is represented. Without this input, there would be, and like it was, a gap.
Tallahassee State Representative Gallup Franklin fought to get the money in the budget in a year when many African-American incentives were vetoed by Governor Ron DeSantis.
We had to make sure that we could communicate clearly the importance of history and how history should be taught at all times.
Florida A&M University Black History professor Larry Rivers says these museums do just that.
African-American museums are very important in telling the story, the contributions that African Americans have made to the making of this society.
For Barnes, preserving history for everyone to learn is vital, regardless of background.
Each race had to play some part in making that change.
There are 30 museums in the Florida African American Heritage Preservation Network from Pensacola to Miami. In Tallahassee, Cody Butler, ABC7, your local station.
And there will be a check presentation ceremony at the Eartha White Museum in Jacksonville on August 9th. And closer home tonight, 11 dedicated volunteers were fired from the Palmetto Adoption Center. Manatee County Animal Welfare dismissed them from their positions. Now, many of them say the action was abrupt and came with no explanation.
That's right. ABC7's Kelsey Kearns and photojournalist Larry Phillips went digging for some answers. They did speak to some of those volunteers who were let go, and they also reached out to the county, Manatee County. Here's what they found out.
Tears, frustration, and confusion.
I'm sorry.
Dina Sabo at a loss for words after receiving this message from the county.
This letter is to inform you that we will no longer require your services.
Dina is one of several volunteers fired from Manatee County Animal Welfare Services.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad that I'm sitting with these people that have for years graciously dedicated time to these animals.
Totally blindsided all of us. How do you promote a positive environment for volunteers if you fire ones indiscriminately?
Kathy Bridwell, a 5-year volunteer, also getting the axe.
To be honest, this has been so emotionally disturbing.
What did you want to see?
Without thought, without reason or explanation.
Now, this is how those 11 people who were serving our community found out they were fired. It was a single email sent out a little after 5 o'clock the Monday, right before the 4th of July holiday.
Those volunteers reaching out to their employer for an explanation through a series of letters, only to receive no response.
It felt like an ambush.
Taking this a step further, as it appears, the county went against its own policy when it comes to the dismissal of volunteers. Kathy sharing with us a line from the volunteer handbook.
No volunteer will be terminated until the volunteer has had opportunity to discuss the reasons for possible dismissal with supervisory staff.
The protocol for dismissal goes on to say volunteers may be dismissed without warning for just cause.
That's not cute and funny.
ABC7 reaching out to the county government who runs the shelter for an on-camera interview. The county denying our request, instead responding with a statement. Manatee County Animal Welfare is committed to enriching the lives of the animals in our care. Our animals' physical and mental well-being remains our top priority. Through collaboration with regional partners and animal behavior experts, we are constantly evaluating our best practices across all areas of responsibility, they say.
Extreme mental anguish.
As for these 4 volunteers of the 11 fired, they're left with more questions than answers and worried about the dogs they love and once cared for.
It's a lack of compassion for the animals, and that I do not understand.
Such a nice boy.
I'm Kelsey Kearns for ABC7, your local station.
And we will, of course, continue to follow this story and bring you the latest developments.
And also in Manatee County, some residents may be noticing an odd odor or taste to their tap water stemming from algae blooms found in Lake Manatee, and it's now affecting the county's drinking water. And while it is an unpleasant taste, the county did release a statement saying it is still okay to drink. I spoke with Manatee County residents to see if they're feeling the effects. The county has already started a treatment process to minimize the impact the algae blooms from Lake Manatee are having on customers' drinking water. I spoke with Manatee County residents, and one woman who did not want to go on camera said she definitely has noticed an odor coming from her water and said she's drinking bottled water for the time being. Another resident, Andy Banis, says he hasn't noticed a change in his water, but has had his water impacted in the past and understands what some residents might be going through.
Well, you know, I feel sorry for them because I've gone through things like that before, and but as far as me personally right now, no, I'm okay, I'm fine.
Manatee County released a statement from the Utilities Deputy Director, Katie Gilmore, that read in part, "We are monitoring the levels of algae and odorants and treating for them until water quality returns to normal." The county said in a release, to help, customers can use a carbon filter hooked up to the faucet to the water system of the refrigerator or a filtered pitcher system to help minimize the off taste and or odor. But again, the important thing to note tonight is that the water is still safe to drink. And still to come here tonight on ABC7 News at 11, a reminder not to leave children, animals, or vulnerable adults inside of hot cars, along with some sobering statistics. That and more, it's all coming up after the break.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
When it comes to bottled water, you'll never have to buy another one of those ever again with Connecticut.
And don't forget my hair.
We weren't even talking about your hair. Call Connecticut today and tell them Mrs. Jones sent you. She's the one saving money and still has nice hair.
I've had a lot of fun making these silly commercials, but now it's time to be serious. Many are concerned about the banking industry. At SunWest, our capital ratios are double many of the biggest banks. Our reserves and liquidity are among the highest in the industry. We operate with a fortress balance sheet so we can provide a safe home to our customers and continue to lend in even the toughest times. If you want a bank that can weather any economic storm, come to SunWest.
We practically live in the courtroom, but we always make time to get to know our clients.
Hi, guys.
Hello. And one of the best parts of the job is to get to know our clients personally, hear their stories, and there's no fee or cost unless we win your case.
Visit us at hurtbyaccident.com.
To celebrate the summer sale, Classic Creations is giving you a chance to win a $750 gift card. Just go to mysuncoast.com right now, fill out the form, and enter for your chance to win a $750 gift card from Classic Creations in Venice. Good luck. The power of ABC7 First Alert Weather on your phone. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the ABC7 First Alert Weather app now. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
You know we love our Connecticut home water system because it protects our plumbing, our appliances, our fixtures.
I love what it does for my hair.
The water tastes great because the K5 system removes viruses, bacteria, and pharmaceuticals. And everyone loves the ice cubes.
Welcome back. 36 children across America died last year as a result of being left inside hot cars, and 4 of those fatalities happening right here in the state of Florida. Here are the latest stats from kidsandhotcars.org.
And they are concerning. 8 children have died in hot cars so far this year, and 4 of those deaths right here in Florida. Emergency officials are now reminding parents to stay alert.
A car can heat up 20 degrees in 10 minutes. And so with this extreme temperatures in Florida, we ask that you always keep an eye out for your pet, your child, or an adult that maybe is needing some assistance.
Anyone who sees a child or animal left unattended inside of a car, regardless of location, you're asked to call 911 immediately.
All right, what's going to be happening tomorrow with the weather? How hot is it going to feel again? And are we going to get any relief with some rain? I've got all the details of what you need to know coming up, so stay with us right here on ABC7.
Time and Temp brought to you by the man of your dreams.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's what every GMC Sierra HD driver is born with, and it's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD, with the pulling power to prove it. The new 2024 GMC Sierra HD. Tow hitches of the world. Prepare for glory.
Hard work, striving for excellence, and a commitment to the communities we serve. These are the values that we practice every day at the law offices of Anajar and Levine. I'm Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial attorney who has been recognized by the Florida Bar as an expert in the field of civil trial. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call us at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation and take back control of your life.
Have a medical question? Turn to the experts. ABC7 Suncoast Health Experts provide information you need on symptoms, procedures, and more. Watch Mondays at 7:30 and go to mysuncoast.com/health experts for useful medical insight from local professionals. ABC7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com.
Welcome back. It is a little bit cooler now that we've had a little bit of rain come through the area. Cool us down just a little bit. Right now the temperatures are actually in pretty much the 78, 79 inland, about 81 as we push along the coast. But as we move into the morning, we're looking at about 84, 85 here. And then as we continue in, it drops inland and then moves back up. But I just want you to notice by your morning commute, it's going to be nice along the coast. We'll have a little bit of cloud coverage here. We may see another shower pop up, an isolated shower in the morning, possibly in the northern area of Manatee County. Mostly that's what's happened today. So we're kind of going to see a little bit of a repeat on where and when we get the rain, possible morning issues, and then later in the afternoon you saw a little bit coming into this northern area and then pushing inland. So that's what we got today, mostly northern Manatee County, northern Hardee, and then some stretching down to Sarasota as those storms actually came in off the coast of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico, and moved in. So let's go ahead and continue as we move through time here and taking you through to Tuesday evening. Not really expecting much rain tomorrow, but we are going to have some isolated showers that do pop up. But again, the rain chances are not that great. We certainly need it. And even as we move into Wednesday, we're going to have a little bit of rain coming through. More moisture makes its way into the atmosphere later in the week. So you see this line here. It's kind of indicative of what we saw today in the sense that our lower areas of the county, they really didn't receive the kind of rain that northern Manatee and northern Hardee did. And you can see Wednesday we're going to dry up a little bit. You just see that line there, and then as we push through Thursday, a little bit drier, but then the rain starts to make its way back as that moisture comes back into the atmosphere. So the rain chances will go up a little bit as we move into the weekend, and we do have some more moisture. And then by, say, Sunday and Monday, it starts to leave us again. Let's talk about the dew point situation. Whenever it's in the 70s, it starts to feel uncomfortable. And when it gets up into the mid-70s like this, or the upper 70s, that's when it's really feeling quite oppressive. And we're going to see those dew points be in the mid-70s again tomorrow. So as we look at the air temperatures, we're going to get up to about 91, 92 around that 4 o'clock period. And then the rain chances kick up just about 30% in the afternoon. But the feels like temperatures, that's what we like to look at, because today it felt like at one point 107 in Northport. But we're going to be feeling like we're back in the hundreds around 10, and then again around noon to, say, around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's that peak time. We want to make sure you're very hydrated. Try to get some shade if you can. It's going to feel quite oppressive. As we look at the beach and boating forecast, winds are going to be out of the west tomorrow, about 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be about 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. It's going to be mostly sunny, but again, we can't rule out some showers coming in off the Gulf. Let's talk about now the tropics. So here's what's going on. We're actually watching disturbance right here, and it's actually off of Bermuda. It's a few hundred miles away from there. And then as we move over here, nothing's going on in the tropics. There's a little bit of action here, but it's not a disturbance yet. And then also we're just keeping an eye here on Africa, as we can see that there's things are starting to bring off the coast there. Meanwhile, 7-day forecast going to be in the 90s for the whole week. 30% chance of rain, bumps up to 40%, and then by Saturday you're looking at 15%. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The 7-day weather forecast is brought to you by the Gettle Automotive Group. Gettle's got it.
I'm currently out of the office, focusing on a little blue sky thinking. I'll be taking meetings with family and friends and checking voicemail as my activities permit. I'll connect with you after reconnecting with me. Get 1.9% APR for 36 months on most 2023 Cadillac models. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
When somebody has been injured in an accident, the insurance company is already investigating the matter. My name is Doug Bernetti, and I'm the founder of Bernetti PA. The most important thing that you should look for in the lawyer that you're hiring is to make sure that they have the experience and that they have the financial ability to pursue the case. People with lawyers get at least 3 times more compensation than those without lawyers. I like representing the underdog.
My dad, he was my hero from as long as I can remember.
He said he was going to accomplish great things. I said I'm going to accomplish great things too and honor his legacy by doing it.
I can focus all my efforts on being able to find what I want to do with my life, how I want to contribute to this world. So for that, I'm extremely thankful.
Sight from every angle. 360 virtual camera in the Audi Q7. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Well, cat lovers, it is your day to celebrate National Kitten Day. It's today, and it doesn't get much cuter than these little faces here on your screen. And speaking of kittens, Leslie has her infamous Cumulus Kitty forecast.
That's right. And let's go without checking out the Cumulus Kitty forecast as we push through the evening here. You might see a little spotty shower, but really it's going to be mostly dry as we continue. And the lows will get down to the 80s. We would like to thank Pete and Sheila for giving us this adorable picture of Boots and Socks, who love to feel the heat right by the windowsill over in Nokomis.
And I love their names, Boots and Socks.
I know I think she said they were 6 months old.
Oh, yes. And they
make a country song out of that, right? Boots and Socks.
There probably is a song out there.
All right, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Be sure to join us tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.